Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Reduce your ping time and get faster speeds when you game at expressvpn.com/funhouse.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Funhaus podcast. We have three really cool guests this week. Well, two really cool guests, and then Tyler.
Thank you.
So John got really worried there. No. I'm actually really excited this week. We have some cool guests. Of course, everyone knows John Smith. Thank you.
Howdy.
Yeah.
It's me.
What happened to your beanie? You had a beanie on before we started.
Yeah, we like the beanie look.
I had to switch it out for the headphones.
Oh, okay, right, because you couldn't fit them both on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You definitely had both of them on.
Prove it.
You can't prove it. We also have two other amazing guests, Marcel and Tyler, a.k.a. Basically I Do Work, and I am Wildcat. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Really excited to have you. I don't think this is the YouTube world is a weird thing where I think there's a lot of paths crossing, and I feel like I've met a lot of people, but I don't think I've ever gotten to meet you guys before, so this is really cool for me.
That's a lie. I've met you before.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Machinima
Okay,
AFK.
Marcel does this all the time.
Oh, well, but Machinima was a coke-fueled nightmare. No one remembers anything from that time.
Agreed.
Marcel has this thing where I think we found out Marcel apparently has a very forgettable face because he has met many people that don't remember meeting him. It's happened several times.
Oh, that's a shame.
He met
That
Ninja
happens
twice and
to
Ninja
me
never knew.
Constantly.
Oh, yeah?
I have to meet
Who have you
people
met that's
like
forgotten
10
you?
times for them to remember me. And usually they pretend they don't after that still.
Just screwed either way.
Yeah, we all got calls from our mom before this show started, but John was the only one who called his mom, and then she
didn't
was
pick
like,
up.
"Who is this?"
By the way,
was like,
before we begin, I do want to show you
Okay,
guys
yeah.
a special treat. I finished my latest Gundam,
Yes.
and I also built a stand for it.
Wait, what's wrong with its legs?
Why does it look like a... Why is it so bow-legged?
Yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah, why is
It's
it like
doing
that?
a cool pose. It's floating down to earth. It also transforms into a jet.
Oh, that is cool. Well, no, that's not. He just made the top longer.
Yeah.
It's really
Well.
cool, guys.
How long did you build that bad boy?
It took me about like 9 episodes of Lost.
Okay, all right. Okay, so depending on how much you're paying attention, that's between 3 and 5 hours, let's say.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. Well, a great start to this very exciting episode of the podcast where the attention was completely taken away from the more interesting guests
The
that we
Gundam was
have
more
on.
important.
It was definitely more important.
Just for all the people out there who have watched and enjoyed Marcel's work, but then has since forgotten that
him.
they did. Can you both kind of just do a quick rundown of who you guys are, what you do for anyone who may not know?
My name is Marcel. Basically I work. I play video games with Wildcat, Tyler a lot, and our core group of friends, and we just play whatever. We played a lot of Gmod for a few years, and then we all got sick of it. But that's what we do.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, that's
great.
pretty much the rundown. Just funny
Yeah.
videos, playing with friends, and then we play for hours and edit it up into the funniest 10, 15 minutes we can, playing whatever we feel like playing at the time. Over the years, it changes game to game, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
You guys have been doing this for a really long time, and this is coming from a place of experience because I'm willing to bet that I'm older than both of you, and I also feel like I've been doing it for a really long time. But do you ever like look out on the landscape and like maybe all the stuff you've made and been like, what the fuck have I been doing? Like, where has the time gone?
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And it's gotten only in the last couple years has it started to happen where like I get like fans or like people on Twitter or like comments of like people saying that like our videos were their childhood or they used to watch my videos when they were a kid, and I'm like, how long have I been doing this? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's been 7 to 9 years that I've had my channel, almost 10, and then 7 that we've been like doing it full time. At least I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of it though is because those messages where people are like, I watched you when I was growing up or whatever. Some of those messages though, I have realized they come from like 12-year-olds.
That
So
are
like they probably shouldn't
They were
be
7.
Exactly. Yeah. So it
They're
really
like,
isn't that much time.
I remember when 2 years ago.
Yeah, and
When I was
once
a
you once
baby.
you research it a little bit, you realize that it's so crazy. Yeah,
Still makes me feel old.
4-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel old for sure. But I mean, it's a tough. I will tell you, you guys know it. It's a tough landscape, and the fact that you can maintain an audience, such a sizable audience, and like keep doing it for so long, it's like a pretty wild thing. And it also, I think, something that's really exciting and is having you guys on is like it does open up new opportunities. And I think that's a really cool thing that we're going to get to chat with you guys about is that like you guys have a cartoon coming out, like an animated series. It's called Alpha Betas. It's from Starburn Industries, which is the studio that makes Rick and Morty, which is like really awesome, really cool stuff. So like, can you tell us little bit about how that kind of came about?
Marcel, take
Tyler?
it away.
I'll take it away. Okay, so
You take it away.
what E3 was that, Tyler?
2018. It was when
2018.
Fortnite was popping.
Yeah, and we were all sitting at Vanos Evans' house, who is in the animation as well, and he was like, "Yo, these people want to like invest in a creative project. What do you guys want to do?" And we were like all drinking, and we were like throwing out stupid ideas. And they were like, "Let's just make an animation. Our last one turned out pretty well. Let's do that." And then we like shelved it for like 4 months, and then one day we just started. It's such a weird. Like I don't even remember how it started. We just started it. And yeah, Tyler, you say something.
Yeah, so we had done several like mini little animation like projects on Vanos's channel mainly. Basically, he got like a sponsor with like a mobile
paid
game.
for him, so we were like,
Well,
yeah,
one
we'll
of
do
them one of them was sponsored with Monster Legends, which is like a mobile game, and we did a little like a little 3-part mini series around that game, and it was like a scripted animation. The first time we'd ever done anything scripted, because any animations on our channel before that were just like funny moments from videos that we had animated after, and they were like really funny, but we had never done anything that was like kind of planned out and scripted and stuff. And that was like our first like attempt at doing that, was one of them that was sponsored. Then after that, we were going to do another one, which was called Team 6. And that was just like our group of friends. We were kind of making fun of Team 10 at the time, because that was when Team 10 was like a big thing. Everybody was talking about whatever. And doing that animation is really, I think, like when we kind of hit our stride, and like we're like, man, this is something that we're like really good at, and like we really enjoyed doing. Because we would basically, they had writers that like planned out the story of that little mini series. And then we took the script and just completely ruined it. We just changed everything and made a bunch of changes.
I feel so bad for those writers.
Yeah, and then we did a lot of like improv stuff. Like we would like have the general idea of the scene, and then me and my friends would just kind of act it out. We actually acted out a lot of the stuff in Gary's mod. We would like have our characters so we could see each other while we were reading our
Sandbox
voice
mode.
lines and interact with each other, which was like something that was really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the Lord of the Rings behind the scenes, but they did a lot of like new kind of pre-production stuff to kind of plan everything out, and that almost seems like a new evolution. It's like a new method of being able to like take voice acting to another level and have it more authentic, because like so many times I think with a lot of animated shows, it's not everyone's in the room together. It's like you go in and you do your lines alone, and you just lose that energy. So the fact that you guys did it in the environment that you guys normally interact in video games, I'm guessing it brought a lot of authenticity and a better energy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to do that for this animated series because of like weird reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think we did a good job, like doing the voices and everything for these.
Yeah, it was very natural for us, because like 4 or 5 years ago, that's a lot of the content we made was like Gary's Mod sandbox stuff, where we would just set up like goofy scenes and like do little skits and stuff that they kind of had a general idea of what we were doing, but it was all like improv all the way through. And so it was just a natural transition to like kind of write a loose script and then kind of act it out together. And we actually did do some of that. At least I did with like Vanos, some of his lines. Like he felt a lot more comfortable if him and I were like in the game and he had someone to interact with. And I think it helped a lot with like how a lot of our lines kind of came together and how the scenes came together. And that was one of the cool things about working with Starburns, is they were like super into that. Like Starburns loves like unconventional ways of like doing things. Like they're open to anything. They just want to put whoever's involved in the project in the best space possible to do whatever, creatively to get whatever they want accomplished, essentially. So that was one of the big reasons why we wanted to work with them.
Well, you always hear stories of like Rick and Morty production. It's like, oh yeah, we basically set up the mic and then Justin drinks 3 handles of vodka and then we hit record and we go, and it's like not the most traditional way of doing animated voiceover work, but like it definitely works for the show. And that was my big thing, because I saw the trailer when this dropped and I was like, oh, this looks really, really cool. And this is also doubting myself, but sometimes when you take people who are used to having that like really like on the fly, like we're just jiving with each other kind of thing, and then you put the limitations of animation where it's like, okay, well, no, actually what I really need is you just to say your one line very cleanly and all alone in a dark room, you lose that, right? So it's really cool that you guys were able to transition into kind of that skill set.
Yeah. And a lot of that I think comes from just how good of friends we all are, because these characters, all of our characters are based off of us and the characters we portray in our YouTube videos. And while we don't necessarily portray a character or whatever, we have our little animated character models or whatever, and we just act out goofy scenes and stuff like that. And so it's very natural to us, and that was like what we were able to replicate with this. And it's funny that you say that we did voice lines in a dark room, because I actually did mine in my girlfriend's closet. Because like I said, we had to do it from home. We couldn't go to an actual studio. We couldn't fly out and do it all together. So we did the stuff from home. And I actually recorded all my voice lines in my girlfriend's closet.
Which, like, if in terms of feeling like you're creatively energized, is like maybe not the best way to do it.
3 hours of standing in a hot room that I just stuffed as much soundproof paneling and crazy stuff in there as I could.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for anyone who hasn't seen the trailer yet, we're rolling it right now. But the premise of the show, what's kind of the premise of this show?
The premise is unbeknownst, however they pronounce that word, to like the general public, the entire world is powered by video games. It's kind of like how like Monsters Inc. uses the screams in a way.
Gotcha.
And when a game goes down or it has a bug or a hacker in it, it affects the power grid. And we're the best, but we're also just like, are we allowed to swear?
Yeah,
we're fucking idiots. We're idiots. Like we dick around the whole time, but we always get the job done. And they send us in, and we fix whatever the problem is.
Yeah, basically, you've got 4 idiot gamers that, because they're so good at what they do, the government has to tolerate and pay us a ton of money to do the job that we do. And so that's just kind of great. Like it draws a lot of parallels to actually like the making of the animation itself, right? We have like big like Hollywood studios and real voice actors and stuff, and then you have like us 4 idiots coming in and like just messing everything up, being involved. And so like that's a lot of the fun of it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you guys voice characters. We mentioned earlier, Vanoss is also a voice. Terrorizer is also a voice. Like, it's a lot of big names. But then it is funny because I was looking at the rest of the cast, and like you said, it's like Chris Parnell.
Yes.
You have SNL.
Jerry. In Rick and Morty.
Stephanie Beatrice from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and John DiMaggio, maybe one of the most like accomplished voice actors working today.
Like when they, anytime like
we had no idea he was going to be in the animation at all.
Anytime
like, any of those people.
Yeah, anytime our showrunners Chris and Dave would come back to us and tell us like, oh yeah, by the way, we got John DiMaggio. We're like, what?
We're like, how? How did you do this?
Yeah.
And like, awesome.
And like we had already done like our rough takes and stuff to like get everything like blocked in. And they were just like sending audio back, like recorded on their iPhone. And we were like, "That's amazing! Like, don't change anything." So it was like it was perfect. It was so cool.
It's super wild. I mean, so how is this the kind of thing where you could see yourselves moving into this? Obviously, this is a show based around you guys and your personalities and your friendship. But like, were you getting like that itch? Did you feel like, oh, I could totally like do more voice acting if those opportunities cropped up? Or do you feel like you're like, in this right scenario, this is good for me?
Yeah. So we actually were like, obviously we voice characters in the show, but we're also we're credited as executive producers because we actually did do a lot of help in like the creative process. Obviously the show mostly was led by Chris and Dave as far as like writing the script and coming up with a lot of the general themes, but we did a lot of the joke writing and a lot of kind of the ideas and a lot of the script in terms of like how our characters interact. And that was really what was super, super enjoyable, was just like being able to like put our characters in this world. And then Chris and Dave would be like, all right, what's going to happen in this scene? Like, this is what needs to happen in the scene. How are you guys going to get it done? Or how are you guys going to interact and stuff? And so that's what I really, really enjoyed, is that like super creative, like the joke writing and just bouncing jokes and stuff and ideas off of each other. that was like the most enjoyable part for me, and that's definitely something I would love to do more. Like I'm really hoping that we get to make more episodes simply for that. Like I've already got a notes sheet full of potential like episode ideas or like little jokes that could be in episodes, just because I think about it like all the time.
Yeah, the voice acting portion of me was terrifying because it was just like me and then in a Zoom call with like 12 other people just like listening to you. So that was terrifying for me. Like the part where me and Tyler, we flew to LA, we sat down with Chris and Dave for like 3 or 4 hours and just kind of like went back and forth. That was my favorite part. I know Terrorizer Brian, this is like his dream job. This is what he wants to do for a living. But I definitely think that, you know, if this is successful, that we would love to explore the realm of voice acting and even being on a writing team.
It ultimately takes the videos we already make, where like right now it's basically we put ourselves in the video game world and we try to, you know, come up with goofy scenarios and make jokes and stuff. It essentially takes what we already do and then makes it infinite possibilities because you can draw anything. So it's really just an extension of what we're already doing, which is why it's like the ultimate, you know, I would love to do more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. And like again, you get that itch, right? Like, and you're saying like, oh, like your EPs on the show, and like maybe there's some other idea that you want to develop. And then this is what is really exciting to me, because it shines a light on like a lot of the talent that is out there, and these people that are doing these things. It's like, oh, they just play games. No, that's not what it is. Like it's a personality driven, it's creatively driven. And it's the kind of thing where it's like you're doing this show, it's centered on games, but then the next show might not have anything to do with games, right? And then the next show and the next show. And then it's like baby steps and you're so far removed, and no one even has a second thought about, you know, how you got there or what you're doing there, because it's part of the creative process. Like that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really
super
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah, I think the thing that makes like the show unique in terms of like our characters is not necessarily that like we're the most like talented out, you know, like we're all just starting out with this whole, you know, voice acting thing, although I think we all did a really, really good job. But what's very unique about us four in particular is just the chemistry. Like that's what's so hard to replicate, is like us four have been friends for so long and know each other's personalities so well, know how to get at each other and make each other angry. We know what makes each other laugh. And so that's like probably the biggest thing that separates like these four characters in this show from potentially other shows. So.
Yeah, because I remember there was like a line or something that I was just struggling to get over, and we had to like re-record it with all of us, and Evan was just pissing me off like on purpose to get me to say the line good, and I was like, this is perfect, thank you so much, I needed that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I just have one more question. Obviously this was voice acting. Do you guys feel like do either of you have the itch to do more live action stuff? Can you talk? No from Tyler.
I don't know about Marcel, but
I don't have the body to be like, you know what I'm saying? They said that camera adds 10 pounds and we don't need to add any more.
Well, but hold on. We're not talking about the ideal male form. Okay, we need to break those trends right now. But like, you know, you talk about that chemistry and stuff, and I think you mentioned that, and I immediately think of stuff like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like obviously very funny written, but that show lives and dies on the chemistry of that cast, and you guys have that chemistry. So I'm curious if no, that's fine, but I feel like there's maybe a world there where that's a possibility.
I think for me it's just like a comfort thing. Like doing this voice acting of these characters is so familiar to me and like the rest of the guys, because it's like I said, it's just an extension of what we've already been doing. Whereas I don't do a whole lot of like on camera stuff. Like I don't make my videos with face cam, just because for my videos, I don't like that's kind of a fourth wall break. It's like I'm pretending that whatever's happening in the game is kind of happening to me. Like that's generally how I react, because I just get so invested and so involved in whatever it is we're playing and doing as a group. And so because I'm not used to doing that, doing like live acting, I feel like would just be so foreign and not like, it just, I wouldn't be comfortable.
I feel like if the situation was perfect, I think we would enjoy it. Like, but it has to be very, very like weird and random.
Give me a couple years of making some stupid vlogs or something, and maybe
I was gonna say your camera quality is great, so you know
for his Pokemon openings, man.
Yeah, it's for opening Pokemon cards and podcasts. That's literally the only thing.
That's the only reason why he has this set up.
Yeah, pretty much.
John, do you have Pokemon cards over there?
Similar to Pokemon cards, I just built this Gundam.
Yes, dude.
Look at that. What is that? A jet?
Yeah, he turns into a jet, and he's got his hips are very.
He's got bendy. He's got bendy hips.
How does that stand work? Even like if you didn't make it look like it was giving birth, Like, is it just supposed to hang
that's
there?
there.
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Like,
Gundams can fly, James. Idiot. You idiot.
Oh, it's supposed to be in
He's
mid-flight.
hovering. He's hovering.
Yeah.
I understand now. I see.
See, he's
I do that in the
presenting
pool.
himself.
Yeah, I do that pose
yeah.
in the pool all the
Ugh,
time.
I don't like. I know there's nothing down there, but I don't like. I don't.
Oh,
like
there can
looking.
be.
Yeah, there's one
put
part
that
left in the
on
box.
Yet. Yeah, he didn't put that part on yet.
You didn't have enough Gorilla Glue. Well, I'm super excited for the show. March 13th, right, is when the first episode happens on Vanos's channel, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And it's completely free. It's just like any other YouTube video. I don't want people to think like it's not YouTube Premium. It's not like you just go watch it like any other YouTube video. So go watch it.
That's awesome.
And tell everybody else to watch it.
I'm really excited. Like the clip that I saw, I think it just came out today, right?
Oh,
The security airport
yesterday.
security.
That was on my channel.
video
Yeah.
Yesterday. That one it's a funny show, and it's like if you're into Rick and Morty and that like fast-paced fun humor, like, and also like it's adult humor too. It's getting the cartoons out of that space of like, oh, they have to be for kids or whatever. Like, no, I think it's kind of, this is an all ages thing. It definitely has adult jokes. It has violence and the kind of stuff that I think any audience member would be able to enjoy. So I'm super excited for this show, and I'm excited for you guys because I think it's a really cool opportunity, and I like to see people flex their creative juices and stuff. So
Yeah, thank you. We're definitely super excited for.
And I
to see it.
have an exclusive scene coming out tomorrow too. So
oh really?
Oh.
Perfect. So if you're watching or listening to this podcast on YouTube, then make sure to check out Basically I Do Work's channel, so that way you can see the other clip as well. Well, I have some other topics that we can chat on. I know obviously we all game and play games, and you guys mentioned playing games together. A trailer dropped this morning for the Aliens Fireteam game. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, I have
Okay,
not.
so
right now.
we're gonna throw it up. So basically, it looks like it feels like a Left 4 Dead. And it is based, of course, on the Aliens franchise, which is really, really cool. It's from Cold Iron Studios, which
Go on.
I don't really
Hey, this looks
know
this looks terrifying.
I don't really
It
know
does
what
look
else
really
they've
scary.
done, but
my
it looks
God.
like it's basically like almost Gears of War, third person over the shoulder, maybe 4 players working together. I don't know if you guys have played GTFO. Have you guys played GTFO?
I played it one time.
And did you get so frustrated you were like, never
Yes.
again?
Yes.
That's what happened to me exactly too.
I edited the video of you getting frustrated and never wanted to play it again, James.
It's just really hard, but the whole time I was thinking this would make a great Aliens game. That's kind of what this is, but it looks really sick. I know you guys are watching it without any audio or whatever, but like it has all the sound effects, and I don't know if you guys are movie buffs, but Aliens is like one of the best action movies ever made. And I love the idea of getting into it. So I just want to get your guys' thoughts,
Well,
especially if
James,
this is the first time you're seeing it.
You said it has all the sound effects. What sound does the alien make? I don't recall.
It goes like really loud, hissy, and then a thing comes out and it's all wet. Kind of like
okay.
the piece of the Gundam that's in
And
the
he goes,
box.
"Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling."
Yeah.
That's the WB frog, but we're close.
Michigan J. But yeah, like, what do you guys think? Do you think this is the kind of thing you'd
I
be
think
into?
as long
I hate
as
jump scares. I
think
hate
as
jump
long
scares.
as at some point we can mod the characters that you play as to be like Teletubbies or something, then yeah,
Or Homer
you know, it
Simpson.
just-
You know what I mean?
like, yeah, I can't like as long as it doesn't take itself too seriously, we can get some goofy stuff in there. That's for sure. I mean, that's always like the lens that I look at games like that for. I can definitely see us like having a good time with it and being absolutely terrified and just overwhelmed because not everybody in our group plays games like super often. And so like if there's a game that's like really intense and overwhelming, like it gets a lot of people like super excited and animated while
Yeah.
we're playing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I agree with you about I have a tolerance for fear in games.
Yes.
Like I can't, like I like scary games, but I like scary games the same way I like roller coasters. I will choose the amount of time I will go on. I'll be like, I'm going to ride that one, and then I will step away and eat pizza. John, what are your thoughts?
As you know, I've never been scared of anything ever.
Sure.
So I don't even know if I'd want to play this game because
Yeah,
it wouldn't
doesn't even
scare
look
me.
scary.
Boring.
and
Yeah, you'd be
so-
bored.
Yeah, I'd be bored,
Good shot.
and I wouldn't. Well, no, actually, I probably would like to play this game, and I would not be able to play it alone. That's my take on scary games. Like, if I'm playing with someone, I'm okay. If I'm playing it alone, I can't fuck with that shit, man.
Yeah.
When Dying Light, is that the zombie parkour game? There's that mission where it becomes night and you first see the bad zombies. I had a panic. I was panicking trying to run from the things. I fell into a bus and then was just trying to jump on the walls, and I got eaten. And I literally Alt F4'd the game, got up and went and laid in bed. And like that was
He's just over it. Just that was enough.
So that's my experience with single player scary games. But this actually seems like it could be really, really fun.
Yeah.
And also, I never get scared of anything. So
Yeah, sure. I can definitely say that isn't true. I like it because it's a licensed game. Like, I do like that we have come back. I felt like we're in a phase where if you go back to like old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, everything was a licensed game, but they were all basically the same trash.
Yeah.
And then we came out of it and we're like, no, we can make good stuff. And then we made good stuff for a little while, but then we started making some bad stuff again. But now we have good stuff. So I'm curious, is there like a movie or even a television show? Is there any sort of like licensed game that you would love to see out there? Like
Men in
if there's
Black.
a movie you love. A Men in Black
Men in
game.
Black would
A
be
Men in
kinda
Black
lit.
game would be super cool.
right?
That's a good answer.
Like
yeah.
like the entire like New York City would be like almost like GTA-ish and stuff like that. That would be sick.
Be like
Yeah.
LA Noire almost,
Yeah.
where you're solving
And you have
different
to
cases.
interrogate them. And then you'd be like, "Are you an alien?" And then he go. And then you go, "Doubt."
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
Just like mind wiping the same person over and over again just to see what would happen to him. Like that'd be
Yeah.
really fun. What?
Yeah.
James, I thought you were gonna say, you go, "Are you an alien?" And he goes,
And then you go, "Doubt."
Movie or a TV
I'm trying to think
show?
the only movie.
Oh
that
wait,
comes to
hold
mind
on.
is-
We have a screenshot of a Men in Black game, but this I don't
my
think this
God.
qualifies as good. This looks like
This looks awesome. What do you mean? What is that big?
Hold on.
button he's
Can we
got?
bring that? Can we bring that screenshot back up again of the Men in Black game? And I want you guys to look at the icon in the upper left. Is that supposed to
That's
be
Will Smith.
Will
Will
Smith?
Smith.
Will Smith.
"That's Wall
That's like
Smith."
it's like Will Smith and Ice-T, like mixed
Yeah.
or something.
With a really weird haircut. Okay,
Alien
that might be Alien
Crisis.
Crisis for X by
And it's
Speaking
got the
of
pug, of course.
Ice-T, oh no, wait, I was thinking of Ice Cube. Sorry, there's so many different beverage related.
Ice.
Well,
Yeah.
Triple X. I watched Triple X State of the Union over last week, and I thought, man, it feels like I'm watching a video game.
Yeah.
An exhibit was in
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
So would you like to play a Triple X State of the
No.
Union video game?
No, I would
okay,
never
good.
play that.
Yeah. I am surprised that there isn't like a better Fast and Furious game.
I was gonna say
True.
Fast and the Furious.
I remember the most recent one that came out. I heard was just like so bad that it's good. So I mean, I guess
yeah.
there's that. I guess I kind of want to try that. I've heard that. I've heard that it's so horrendous. Like the storytelling and just voice acting. It's so bad that it's entertaining to watch.
Were they
What
able
about,
to
like-
get the stars, or is it like mock versions of all the stars?
I think it's like actually supposed to be the stars. Like I think they're supposed to be Vin Diesel. I don't know if it's voice acted by Vin Diesel, but I don't know. I haven't played it, but I remember seeing a review. I think it was probably Critical. I think it was probably Charlie that definitely like reviewed it and said it was so bad that it was good.
What about like
Yeah.
an incredible like immersive Jumanji game?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That
You
would
know,
be.
It'd
That would be
it'd
awesome.
cool.
They did one recently that was garbage.
Well, I think if they did one that actually integrated like the board game, like a game that starts as the board game, but then and it's almost like playing it like Tabletop Simulator, but then as things happen, it transitions into like a bigger and bigger game every single
Like
time.
you could
That'd be really
like you got to run from a stampede or whatever, but like you can't leave the game and like who had the game last? Oh, he's dead.
It almost
Yeah.
makes me, for some reason, I don't know why, but it makes me think of like Phasmophobia. Like,
Yeah.
if it was, if you were sitting there playing the board game, but then, shit starts popping off.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
Well, you mentioned Phasmophobia. I was thinking Ghostbusters. If we have
all the
Phasmophobia.
movies we're talking about have games, but they're just
I know,
terrible.
but
terrible game.
There is a good Ghostbusters movie. It's Luigi's Mansion 3, right? Isn't that it?
Oh, that's
fair.
fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I just wanted one that isn't a coward. Luigi's so afraid the whole time. Well, that's. I think there's some pretty good stuff. I have high hopes for this Aliens game. I hope it because I love Left 4 Dead and I love those games that you can pick up. Yes, John. Question.
Tremors.
John. A Tremors game.
Tremors. Oh my god.
Where it had like an audio level and everything.
I actually love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
you have
it's a great movie.
you have to pole vault rock
You're
to
getting
rock.
over it.
Yeah.
Getting over it.
And then you're Kevin Bacon and you're really cool, and then you do Footloose, and then later you're on that TV show where you're a serial killer and a cult leader.
Yep.
I feel like they
Yeah,
could
that'd
actually
be
make
awesome.
a really cool game with that. Like you have like resources you have to gather, and it's almost like a puzzle form where you have to like assemble resources around you to solve the puzzle of getting to like the next area.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Without
you're fighting
making too much noise.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're fighting giant rock snakes with
Yeah.
3 heads that come out of their mouths.
Graboids isn't that what they're called?
Graboids. Yeah.
They're called graboids.
Yeah. Graboids.
Graboids. I believe.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kevin Bacon, I think it'd be really good to have a Wild Things game. You guys remember Wild Things? What about a game
I
about
don't remember
that?
Wild Things.
You don't remember Wild
looking
Things?
it up before my
now.
time.
I'm looking it
What
up.
year?
right now.
What
Wild
year did Wild
Things-
Things come out?
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
I don't know,
Oh,
but-
yeah. I've
it-
only seen one scene from that film.
Yeah, most people have only seen one scene from that film. It was the movie
yes,
where
I
Denise
have seen
Richards
this
showed
movie, and I've
her
seen
boobs.
that scene.
Yeah, that's we need a game for that, but it'll be a Flash game. Well, I guess not Flash. What's the new in browser HTML5?
Yeah,
porn
HTML5.
games. Is that what they do now?
That's what that's
This
what
game will make
Snakeo
you
or what
come
Slitherio and Agario.
Try not to come while playing our game.
I go and I read it and I go, why would I do that? Why? It seems
They got
stupid.
me sold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool possibilities. We have a cool Batman game. Hopefully we have a cool Aliens game. We get our MIB game, Tremors, all kinds of stuff.
Have we ever had a good Superman game?
No.
Injustice 2.
That's not really
yeah, I
a
guess-
Superman game though.
Yeah, no, I don't think we have. I feel like every 6 months there's a rumor of a new Superman game that like is really good that just never comes out or gets canceled or whatever. But yeah, a Superman.
I mean, all the Spider-Man games are killing it.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
games are dope.
Spider-Man games are great. Batman's great. Basically every other superhero.
There was an
There's
old
no
school,
Wonder Woman.
not old school game. There was a Spider-Man game. It was similar to a Spider-Man game where you were just the Hulk, and that was one of my favorite games because you could like walk up to a car, rip it apart, and then put it on as gloves. And I was
Ultimate
like,
Destruction.
What?
I want to do this all
Yeah.
the time.
It was Hulk Ultimate Destruction. That
You
game
could, like,
was great.
do Sonic wave claps and like it was sick, bro.
Just like Donkey Kong and Smash.
Well, the best they got his jumping in that game perfectly.
Yeah,
Because
it
you
was
would like charge
amazing.
the jumps and then you would just like
you would
bound
just-
and then you just hit a building and you just like up the
you would
side
like
of it.
scale up, and it was really sick for GameCube. I loved it.
You could climb up to the top of a
think I remember
building
playing
and then
that
he
game
had
with
an
my cousin.
elbow drop. I don't know if any of you guys are wrestling fans, but I would just get to the highest point I could, and there'd be like tanks down there, and I just come out, and then he'd drop for like a solid 10 seconds before just completely destroying it. Yeah,
Love that game.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction was sick.
Sounds
Well, they have another game that another kind of prototype. Speaking of things that don't exist but may exist soon, I want to ask you guys your thoughts. Any Pokemon fans?
Yes.
Pokemon fans? Okay, have you seen the new the Pokemon
the
HoloLens?
Legends?
I only saw
HoloLens, no.
Oh, HoloLens.
Okay,
I haven't
all
seen
right.
that.
We're
I saw
we'll-
like a tweet about it, but I didn't look into it. I'm looking it up.
We're going to take a look at that right after a word from the sponsors. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this podcast. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered directly to your door. It lets you skip trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why it is America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery trips to the store so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in 30 minutes or less. I actually like to cook, but sometimes the process of gathering ingredients, especially ones that you're only going to use the one time for this one specific recipe, it seems overwhelming and then you don't do it. But HelloFresh gives you everything you need right in the box, and you're going to make delicious things that you've never tried before and you wouldn't think to try because you didn't want to have to buy one specific thing of something that I can't think of at the moment, but you get the idea. It also offers flexibility, so you can customize your orders every single week. You can change your delivery dates, food preferences. You can skip a week if you don't think that you're going to get to it, so that way nothing goes to waste. It's all about getting the meals you want to eat, and HelloFresh makes that as easy as their recipes. Like I mentioned, I'm a big fan of HelloFresh, and I can tell you that even though I have some experience with cooking, HelloFresh is easy. Anyone can do it. You're going to get meals on the table in under 30 minutes, which is crazy. If you tried to do that pulling some sort of random recipe online, it would never happen. And it always turns out delicious. Every single thing that they've ever sent me is something new that I didn't think I'd want to try before. Elise doesn't like pesto, but I've made her some pesto chicken from HelloFresh, and she actually ate it, which is a big thing. If you try HelloFresh, I promise you, you are going to love it. You're going to make some amazing meals, and it's going to be delicious. So go to HelloFresh.com/12dude and use code 12DUDE for 12 free meals, including free shipping. I know it seems like a wild code, but it's to represent all the free meals you're going to get for using it. So go to HelloFresh.com/12dude, use code 12dude, and it is going to be a meal decision that you will not regret. It's a whole, how many weeks is that worth of food? I mean, you should just do it anyway, but like, it's going to be delicious. You're going to love it. And thank you, HelloFresh, for supporting this podcast. This episode of the Funhaus podcast is brought to you by Honey. Listen, we all shop online, and we've all seen that promo code field taunt us right as we're about to check out. We go, if only I had a promo code, I could get 10% off, 20% off. Maybe there's magical unicorn 50% off out there, and you wonder, but then you check out anyway because you can't find anything when you Google it. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for those coupons is a thing of the past. Honey is the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online, ranging from tech and gaming products to fashion brands, even food delivery. So I kind of spelled it out for you, but just imagine that you're shopping at one of your favorite stores online, and you put everything in your cart, and then every single time it shows that promo code section there. With Honey, you just drop down, you click apply coupons. It waits a few seconds while it searches all the internet basically for any coupons that'll work, gets you the best one, shoves it right in there, and then it's going to save you a ton of time, a ton of money. I always make sure to have it ready to go. There's the occasional, I'm just buying a pair of jeans. You don't really think anything of it, and you've resigned yourself to paying the full price, but then boom, you get like a 10% off, and voila, it's paid for its shipping, it's paid for more. It all adds up, and it's really, it doesn't require anything, honestly. It sits in your browser, and it's ready to go when you are. Honey has found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings. Listen, if you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's small, but it adds up, and you kind of never know what you're going to get. So if you like to shop online like I do, for the whole presence and surprise aspect of it, it's a cool added feature to make sure that you're making as much savings as you can. It's literally free. It installs in just a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast. So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/DUDE. That's joinhoney.com/dude. Thank you to Talkspace for sponsoring this episode. Listen, the pandemic has really just kind of completely uprooted all of our lives. Things like travel plans, weddings, birthdays, it's all basically getting disrupted and put on hold, and it feels like you don't have an outlet to celebrate and make memories in ways that you used to re-energize and feel better about the day-to-day. Luckily, you can talk to a therapist about these very issues, and they can listen and help you see the bright spots even on bad days. I am very much an advocate of therapy, but I also understand that for a lot of people, it feels like it's completely out of reach. And I want to tell you that it is not. With Talkspace, you can sign up online and start therapy the same day as you sign up. You can text, video, or send voice messages to your licensed therapist, and it's so convenient. You can also have virtual sessions from the comfort of your home, so the aforementioned pandemic doesn't have to ruin any progress that you might be making with your own mental health. Talkspace is the #1 online therapy platform. It has thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more. Your therapist can help you set and achieve your goals. Listen, there's a common assumption that therapy is only for people who need to fix things. And that just isn't the case. Therapy can help you get to new heights. And that's the way I prefer to think of it. And that's the way Talkspace wants it to be for you. The best thing about Talkspace is that as a viewer or listener of this podcast, you get $100 off your first month with Talkspace. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com or download the app. Make sure to use the code DUDESOUP to get $100 off your first month and to show your support for this show. That's DUDESOUP and Talkspace.com. So basically, Microsoft, I feel like I haven't heard anything from HoloLens in forever, but a video came out recently with a demonstration of Pokemon Go running on the HoloLens 2. Because Niantic and Microsoft created a proof of concept. So basically, and again, this is the problem. Have you guys used HoloLens?
Never.
No,
you guys used
never even seen it.
like a
I mean, I've
giant
seen like
helmet.
videos of it, but never like seen it in person or anything.
I've never used it either. The people that I've talked to that used it are like, oh, it's incredible. But the problem is anytime you try and convey to someone what it's like, it doesn't really. This could just be a
looks
funny,
cool.
silly video.
They're just like augmented reality glasses, right? Is that essentially?
Yeah. So I guess the idea would be imagine that the camera that we're seeing is wearing the glasses. So when you look around, the animals are kind of like existing in the world and stuff.
If I saw that guy walking down the street looking like that, it would be so hard not to kick the shit out of him.
You're gonna see the nerdiest, goofiest motherfuckers running around.
Yeah, imagine seeing him doing this. Like you're walking through the park and you see this guy doing this.
I imagine
I want to be this guy.
running
This looks
around,
like fun.
crouching.
You're like, that's
Eating
being
berries
said.
to
Sounds
a
awesome.
Come here, Pikachu! Come back!
Yeah, I mean,
You're
it's
just
it's,
chasing imaginary characters through the park is what everybody else sees you doing.
It only works if everyone's wearing it. Like
True.
that's the HoloLens only works if everyone's wearing it. But I always think this stuff is really like I like VR, but I'm more excited about stuff like this, and not just because I want IKEA. I want to be able to look at my living room and see where the IKEA furniture would go. Like I like the idea of like video games and this. I was into Pokemon Go for a little bit, but then I burnt off. But I feel like if it was a persistent thing, because I would always have my HoloLens on, then I would be like, oh yeah, kind of the same way I play a mobile game. Like, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, there's a Pikachu. I guess I'll go half a
But
mile.
like,
In that
how much
direction
is
to
the
get it.
HoloLens?
Oh yeah, I don't even know. Can you?
$4,000.
Yeah, can you even buy a HoloLens? How much is a HoloLens too?
I mean, I think it's awesome until it's like a pair of glasses.
Yes.
I don't think
'Cause-
it's gonna like really take off.
because like there's gonna be maybe what 1,000 people out in the world with these $500 glasses or
Looking
more,
like friggin' nerds.
and then it's just
Doesn't
like
even have
they're
a
obviously
price.
gonna all know
Yeah, they
each
don't have a
other. So,
price.
so you'd be like, hey guys, I'm a fellow weird person too. Can I join your guys' HoloLens crew?
Could you imagine driving down the street and you see 5 people looking like a posse, like walking, all wearing these big dorky?
Yeah, no.
$3,500.
$3,500.
No.
I was joking.
And I think I think it's only for factory, like it's basically for factory workers somewhere. Like I don't think you can just
Controlling
like buy it
cranes
as
and
a
stuff.
consumer. So yeah, that's only commercial. No,
like-
obviously we're far away from this, but the fact that they aren't just showing this behind closed doors to people who operate giant cranes
Got you.
as like a way to do it better means that they know something, right? And that
Something's
means
coming.
that
Something's
coming,
contact lenses
exactly.
are coming.
Oh yeah, there
But
you
like,
go.
if you're gonna be playing this outside, you have to dress as a Pokemon like gym leader. There's no,
Yeah.
like, that's the rule.
True. You got to let everybody
sure.
know, like, I'm playing Pokemon, dude.
I'm a dork.
I mean business. No, they already know that when I step outside. They already know that.
Cape on or something.
Well, James, like you were saying, when everyone has a HoloLens, everyone will be able to put on their own avatar. It'll be like VR chat is going to become real life, eventually.
But is the way you appear? So say Marcel and I meet on the street, and I don't recognize him.
It happens a lot.
Is my skin applied to his HoloLens or vice versa? So will he see me as the Red Power Ranger the way I want it to be seen, or will he see me as Psyduck or something like that, because that's the way it's programmed?
If they want to make money, then you would have to be seen as whatever microtransaction skin you skinned yourself. You know, you want other people to see it. That's why you spend money. You're like, look what I'm wearing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Or grind for it, obviously.
Yeah, or grind for it.
But,
there will definitely be nude mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Can't wait for that. Enhance all the features, and I mean all.
Wait till everyone's got it, and then just go out naked. And then when someone's like, "What are you doing?" Be like, "Are you using a nude mod?" Except it's actually your dick.
I'm butt ass naked out here.
Why is there like a soft clapping every time you take a step?
Is that your Gundam? No, I'm super excited.
It's interesting. It's interesting, but I still think we're like 10 years away from like a really cool. Everybody has a VR augmented outside kind of stuff.
Yeah. The future is coming up very, very fast, and sometimes it can be very, very scary. Have you guys seen Tom Cruise deepfake?
I did. I saw
the golf one.
The
is it the golf one?
There's like 3 of them, and they're each more frightening than the last.
Well, I saw
John,
Corridor do theirs like a year and a half ago. But
I mean, but this is some rando on TikTok. Can we pull up the Tom Cruise?
Yeah, I've seen the golf one.
I saw the one on the far
Tom
left.
Cruise deepfake. Like, and do we have audio?
This is dangerous, man.
Yeah, this is a problem.
This is dangerous.
I mean, it's all the real thing.
Imagine you're Tom Cruise seeing this. This has got to be horrifying.
And imagine the things that Tom Cruise believes. Maybe he thinks that's really him, like a clone.
Oh, maybe. You think? The guy, I mean, part of it is the guy has Tom Cruise hair and kind of size, and does a pretty good Tom Cruise impression, which I think is the thing that's the scary. You see the ones with Bill Hader. It's like Bill Hader does Al Pacino, and his face turns into Al Pacino, and it's like it only really works because it's a good impression. But this is really scary.
I'm just waiting for like someone to use this as like a murder alibi. Like, no, I was there, and then they have this video. And
I was with Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
I was with Tom Cruise at the time. I would have a one-night stand with Tom Cruise and then find out afterwards it was just this dude.
The sexual fantasies are endless.
Yeah. Especially with HoloLens. Oh my God, it's going to be great. The thing is, there are like weird tells. Like, I'm sure it's going to get better. It's terrifying. And when I see videos like this, I wish that I had never, ever, like, I wish that I had been one of those tribes who believes that a camera steals your soul and just avoided it altogether, because there's no hope for any of us. But that being said, like, there are tells, because if you look at that Tom Cruise, he got braces on his teeth when he was like in his like mid to late 40s. I don't know if you remember that from like
why do you know this?
I don't remember this.
I just remember it. I just and he got braces because if you look at early Tom Cruise movies, he has great teeth, except he has one tooth in the center. This is just like a weird Tom Cruise fact.
Like it's just off center a little bit.
Yeah, like instead of being symmetrical, he has like one tooth in the center, and so if you ever look at young Tom Cruise, he has like kind of thing, and I think he got it corrected in like his late 40s. But that deepfake has one tooth in the center, which means that they used imagery from a younger Tom Cruise. So those are the things that like we're gonna have to look for when we play the Men in Black video game to know.
That's going to be a job position, I feel like, in the future, working for the government, of like analyzing deep fakes, because that's what's going to happen. Governments are going to use this against other governments. It'll be crazy stuff. You're going to get recruited for all the doppelgangers of different political leaders across the world. They're all going to get recruited by their respective governments.
There's a guy on YouTube that all he does is makes fake Donald Trump like reads, but they're all ridiculous. Where it's like Donald Trump talking about like wearing diapers or something like it's all ridiculous stuff, but it's funny, but it's also like it's so good. So I feel like we're going to get very close to a time where politicians and stuff, maybe they're caught on tape and they go, "Oh no, that's deepfake."
What's the name of the Donald Trump deepfake show made from the South Park guys? You guys see this one that came out? It was what was it called?
Look it up.
Sassy Justice. It's called Sassy Justice, and basically they had someone do a Donald Trump deepfake, but it's playing a completely different character. He's like a very effeminate, like small town Southern kind of voice actor. I don't really know how to describe it. So it's nothing like Donald Trump, but it still has Donald Trump's face on it, and like stuff like that. Still dangerous, but I feel like I'm all good for that stuff.
Yeah, the memes will be great, but everything other than that is going to be a problem.
But yeah, everything else is going to be a disaster.
You know what they
like
say?
the
The road
lawsuits
to
that
hell
come
is
out.
paved with memes.
It is.
Did they say that? Who said that?
I've heard that a few times. Actually,
You've heard that? Okay, well then.
I cut someone off.
No,
No,
like lawsuits. Like, can you sue them for having your face? I own my face. It's my face.
Yeah, but I guess I think the issue, kind of like libel, would be that proving, number one, you'd have to prove the damages to you, right? Which is always really tough to do. And then also you'd have to prove that they set out to cause those damages explicitly. So like in this case, this person has like deep Tom Cruise. Like it's like they're admitting that this is something, an expression of technology or whatever. And so maybe like that's the kind of thing that would protect them. So I feel like people are going to be very sneaky about this so they don't get sued to hell. But yeah, it would essentially take Amazon like making a Super Bowl ad and then using Tom Cruise's expression in that for some major lawsuit to happen that then causes reverberations, I feel like.
I feel like actors' families could like make money forever if like celebrity dies. They could be like, yeah, you can have my grandpa in
Upload his corpse to the cloud.
Yeah. Not only do we have more Tupac albums, we have Tupac videos as well.
Exactly.
We've got everything.
Whoa.
Well, we are kind of coming to the close of this podcast, but it would not be a podcast hosted by James Willems if it wasn't for one segment, which is new to the two of you and old hat to John. Let's roll this segment title card.
What is happening?
Welcome everybody to Mount Up for Morbius
Yes, the beanie's
Year
back!
2. The beanie is, we've brought out the beanie, Mount Up for Morbius. Everyone hates because every single time we have a new guest on and I have to explain to them what Mount Up for Morbius is, so I'm going to do it as fast as I possibly can.
I'm so
Basically,
lost.
there's a movie starring Jared Leto that was supposed to come out called Morbius. It was supposed to come out over a year ago. It has since been delayed 3 times, over 2 years, but when I started doing the segment, that was when I thought the movie was going to come out in a couple weeks. So I've kept doing it for a year. So every single time I do it, now I have to do it for a whole nother year. And so every single time, it's basically a recap of any news related to Morbius, Jared Leto, or Michael Keaton at this point. Everything is fair game. And so for this week, I want to play a little game with you guys, if you are okay with it. It kind of leads from where we were talking about with deepfakes. But the Golden Globes were last week. It's okay if you didn't realize it. But in our ongoing effort to mock and simultaneously celebrate the life and career of Morbius star Jared Leto, I want to play a simple game. Jared Leto was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for the film The Little Things, but lost. But what this game presupposes is that maybe he won. So I want to give each of you a chance to deliver Jared Leto's winning speech using our Jared Leto deepfake technology.
What?
No.
So
I know
maybe
nothing
Cody
about Jared Leto or this film.
I watched the movie. I saw the movie.
You saw the movie?
I loved Jared Leto. I fucking hated the movie.
Okay, perfect. You can put that in your speech.
No.
Cody, can we, is there a way we can test out the technology on me so we can see how it works?
Oh, there
Hold
it
on.
is.
Okay,
Wow.
This is your deep
I'll
fake?
stop moving. There. This is our deep fake. Hey guys, it's me, Jared Leto. And I just want to thank everyone who voted for me for the Golden Globes, this very prestigious award. I was in Donnie Darko, wasn't I? So that's basically how it works.
No.
You got it?
I pass.
It can just be a simple thank you. We just John, why don't you go first?
I'll kick
real
it
quick.
off. I'll kick it off.
All right, John, you go first. So
I
congratulations, you won the award. Hold on. Let's just. We need to we're calibrating the technology here.
Calibrating.
There it is. That's
Two mustaches.
There it
I
is.
love it.
there. It is.
Here, wait, I gotta tilt my head right.
The other way. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's a lot. You have a
Double
tiny mouth,
mustache.
Jared.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's me, Jared Leto. I just want to thank you for letting me win this award. By the way, I'm Skyping in from Mars. It took me 30 seconds to get here. And also, I have a cult island where I fuck groupies. And also, my brother's a drummer.
And beautiful speech. Very beautiful. Amazing. All right. You've seen how easy it is. Now, Tyler, do you want to take a stab at this?
I'll take a stab. This is going to be
Okay.
horrible. Okay, let me look at the camera.
All right. Okay. So let's look at the camera, and then let's calibrate the technology. You can stay still. We'll calibrate the technology here. Okay. We are locked in. Okay.
Hey.
All right.
It's me,
So
Jared
you won the
Leto.
award.
Yeah, thanks for the award. Jared Leto with a T, not an N. I'm not related to Jay Leno in any way. But yeah, thanks for the nominee for the movie The Little Things, where I play a microscopic amoeba, whatever it's called. I don't even know. I didn't even read the script. Thank you.
Beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. Amazing job. Marcel, now that you've seen how easy it can be. All right. Okay. And it can be short. So let's get Marcel in here, and then we'll calibrate the technology here a little bit there. That should be good. Yeah.
Hi.
Perfect.
I'm Jared Leto. Thank you for watching my movie, The Little Things. I'm sorry that the movie ended so fucking awfully, but thank you so much. I love
Wow. Beautiful.
Well,
Amazing
keeping it
speech.
real,
You look
Jared.
sad the whole time.
It's so weird how he
carried
said that.
film. He carried it.
Yeah. But it sounded like even he agreed that the ending was not so hot.
It was awful.
Can I actually have another
it's the little
go?
things, I guess, and his performance.
It's the little thing.
Can I have another
of
go?
them.
I'll keep it short.
That brings us to the end of our show. Oh, what's up? Oh, sorry, John. What's up? Did you
I'll
have
keep
more?
it short. Let me just do one more.
Okay, let's do one more.
Yes.
John. Calibrating the technology here.
Thanks, guys.
That's it?
That's it. I said I keep it short.
Okay, all right, great. Perfect. Perfect. Great speech. Beautiful speech. I just want to tell everyone watching and listening to please check out Alpha Betas March 13th on Vanos's channel. And also, if you're listening to this and you don't want to have to wait until March 13th, check out the clips on both I Am Wildcat and Basically I Do Work. It's a really funny show. I'm really excited for you guys, and I'm really glad. I really appreciate you guys coming on. And shout out to you guys and your whole crew in the animation
I
department.
do feel
Thank you
like
for
my
having
clip
us.
tomorrow might be a little triggering to some people.
Okay.
Would you
Noted.
agree, Tyler?
I don't think it's just funny.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see what the comment section says tomorrow.
It'll be good.
All right.
It'll be
Okay.
good.
Well, make sure to check it out. And thank you guys so much for coming on the show. John Smith, thank you for joining us on the show.
Sure.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for
Jared
having us.
Leto,
Custom
thank
built,
you for
hit me
joining
up.
us on the show. Yeah, this was a blast. Thank you guys for watching, listening. If you're checking out stuff on the Funhaus channel, make sure to check out our Hitman 3 gameplay. If you want to listen to any more of me talking, which I don't know why you would, check out Wrestling with the Week, the podcast, AEW podcast with Scorpio Sky. And that is all we got for this week. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Oh, love it. Beautiful, Cody. Beautiful.